things are not looking good for the HiDive platform. I think most people agree after yesterday's news, this platform's on its dying breath. We're all kind of wondering, is it going to be able to last until the second season of Reincarnated as a Sword that's in fall 2026? I don't know at this point. But honestly, I kind of feel like for a while now with, them picking up 1 or 2 shows a season, I almost feel like they're just pretty much hoping people forget about their subscription and keep claiming they're getting more products. Just to keep your subscription, all the loyal fans, just keep with us, which really sucks, honestly. Not that I care about HiDive and just have to have them succeed. I have no stake in HiDive themselves. I honestly stopped, defending them a long time ago. I wanted HiDive to succeed. I wanted them to at least be in the game because I wanted competition against companies like Crunchyroll, like we talked about yesterday. When you have a company get too comfortable, they start making mistakes and they don't care as much because who's going to go up against them? I mean, we had here recently, we talked about Kadokawa's producers that were saying because HiDive's failing, Crunchyroll's not wanting to pay us as much for our titles. There's no competition, thus all the licensing's starting to come down. Crunchyroll doesn't fear anybody anymore. That's why I like competition. Somebody that'll at least bid war this stuff up, keep the anime industry flourishing, and keep this stuff going. But yes, for those that missed it, the reason why I'm talking doom and gloom about HiDive is this little bit of news right here. Yes, Crunchyroll has announced that they are going to be having Season 3 of Oshi No Ko. RIP HiDive. We knew you well. Yes, during the New York Comic Con, they announced that Season 3 is officially coming to Crunchyroll in January 2026. Crunchyroll. Now, for those who don't understand why this is important, is because Oshi No Ko is easily HiDive's biggest product. They stated themselves, when they got the first season, HiDive subscriptions reached record numbers. Now, they won't say exactly what they got, but it was a huge success for them. And I was happy for them. Back then, I was like, good. Now, build on your platform. Build on your platform, get bigger title, reinvest. Build your platform up. This was a huge success for them. Season 2 came out. They didn't really say too much when Season 2 came out, but it was big for their platform. Oshi No Ko is easily their biggest title yet. But now Crunchyroll's saying, we got Season 3, which means, yes, the assumption there is that HiDive does not have it. And at first I thought, well, there's a good chance that possibly Crunchyroll is just going to stream it because, yes, HiDive is on so many different platforms. They post their stuff on Amazon. They post their stuff on Hulu. I believe they have stuff on Netflix. HiDive's not against putting their titles on other platforms. It would just be kind of shocking to have it on Crunchyroll because it really did feel like when Sony bought up Crunchyroll, a lot of those relationships kind of got broken. But as we've seen here recently, it does seem like Crunchyroll's getting a lot of titles from other platforms. Oceanville, I believe their show is now on Crunchyroll. They're kind of opening the door up to a lot of these companies again. So I thought maybe, okay, possibly HiDive still has Oshi No Ko. They're just, we're kind of dying here. Hey, can we have it stream on your platform? We'll get a kickback from you guys. Yeah, sure, bring it on over here. And then hopefully they'll get Season 1 and 2. Nope. Nope. As thankfully from Anime Corner here, because I couldn't get a response, Anime Corner here gave a little bit of an update on their post about the announcement. They said a spokesperson for HiDive has stated that it will not stream Oshi No Ko Season 3 at this time. It's done. It's done. HiDive's cooked. I'm sorry. It's cooked. I'm sorry, HiDive. Yeah, that's a kicker. And yeah, that makes sense because typically whenever you have sort of a title that is, going on multiple platforms, the original company, the licensor, is usually the first person to announce that they have it. HiDive would want to say, hey, we have Oshi No Ko Season 3, and then Crunchyroll could get a chance to announce it. Either way, this sucks. This is a massive blow, which did make me kind of question, how did they pull this off? What happened here? Because yes, I think most people are kind of used to whenever a platform has a Season 1, Season 2 is going to go to that platform. They usually have some sort of agreement with the original company, the license holder. Hey, can we get the next seasons at a discount or something like that? Or can I get locked in for multiple seasons? That's not always the case, though. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Teasemas Takagi-san's all over the place. Uto Wadamono is all over the place. If you want to watch those shows, they're all over the place. So it's not, like, concrete there. Which makes me believe that, yes, either HiDive didn't have this agreement in there, they lost the license altogether, and they didn't re-up it, or there's a possibility that just Crunchyroll threw some money. Now, yes, looking at the actual producers for Oshi No Ko, or at least season 2, because I don't have any listings for season 3, I think season 1 and 2 is the same. It's Delphi Sound, Shueisha, Cyber Agent, and Kadokawa. Yes, I know some of you out there, you caught that last one. These are a lot of companies that are very buddy-buddy with Sony, especially Kadokawa here recently, which does make me believe that this could have been a power play by Sony. I'm not going to say that 100%. I think this is really just more so HiDive backing out of this stuff. But yeah, for those that don't remember, Kadokawa here recently built a little bit of a business alliance with Sony buying essentially up to 10% of their shares. That's a massive chunk. It doesn't mean that Sony owns Kadokawa. It doesn't mean that they control Kadokawa, but there is a strong business alliance here with that 10% ownership. And so, yes, a lot of decisions in the actual anime itself could be going towards that direction. You know, yes, Shueisha, I believe, is the owner of the source material itself, but even with Shueisha, yeah, there's Join. Aniplex and Sony has a strong relationship with Shueisha that, yes, that could sort of supersede any sort of, you know, want for money or whatever. Sony could pull some levers and say, hey, you mind helping us out here? We want that Oshi No Ko Season 3. Either way, all these companies have very strong relationships with Sony, and they could have kind of used a little bit of that in order to pull and get Season 3. Now again, going back to what I said earlier, I don't think that's the case. It's just more to give you an idea of the business strategy they could be going for here, but my feelings go more towards the idea that I think that just HiDive doesn't care anymore. I really do feel like HiDive just doesn't care anymore. I mean, we've seen that a lot with a lot of the decisions they make. They just don't seem like they want to get much anymore. They don't want many properties. They're not really investing much into anime itself. And they're just kind of slowly dying away, picking up a title here and there and hoping people don't cancel, which really does suck. Again, like I said earlier, I don't care about HiDive. It's not that I want them to succeed. I just want a company to compete with Crunchyroll. That's always been my stance. I fully understand a lot of people in the comments are going to be like, oh my gosh, why do you like HiDive? It sucks. I hate HiDive so much. They're terrible. I hate their app. I understand. 100% understand. That's why I wanted them to improve. And it just doesn't seem like they want to. AMC, whoever's in charge, whoever's pulling the strings and making the direct decisions about HiDive themselves as a group under AMC, you've lost the plot. And this is the death knell. I unfortunately feel like this is the death knell. I don't know how they're going to keep going at this point unless they start to go with a strategy like Netflix or something like that and really start focusing on making, you know, individual productions and whatnot they're directly involved with, because they just lost their biggest title, because they just lost their biggest property. Which, now that I think about it, it can't be coincidence that HiDive posted this post on the same day that Crunchyroll announced that they got Season 3 of Oshi No Ko. It can't be coincidence. Them taking pot shots at the whole AI thing with Crunchyroll and people canceling their subscriptions and them claiming they haven't been using AI. It's gotta be on purpose. This social media account person has gotta be bitter about Oshi No Ko Season 3 going to Crunchyroll. No doubt. With that said though, Crunchyroll, if you're watching this, hi. HiDive, if you're watching this, hello. Please come to an agreement and just pass over Season 1 and 2 over to Crunchyroll to stream there. I know HiDive's gonna be like, oh, that's fine if they get Season 3 because people are gonna come to us to watch Season 1 and 2 in order to get caught up. Please don't do that. Just throw those titles over to Crunchyroll. Let them watch it. Get a little bit of a cut out of it or something like that. Just let it be on one platform. That way people can actually watch it. Because at the end of the day, my number one goal is the ease and availability of the product itself. I hate the idea of having two different platforms you have to sub to. Don't get me wrong. My whole point there is competition. I hate more than anything than when a property itself fails to meet the audience because the audience can't access the content. When I tell somebody to go watch Utawanamono, it sucks because I have to say you have to go here first, then you have to go to here, and then you have to go over to this one. TZ Master Kage-san's the same way. Go here first, then you have to sub over to here, and then somebody ends up having to pay a fortune in a single month just to watch one show. This is the kind of stuff that really hurts a property. When somebody sees Season 3 pop up on their Crunchyroll list and they're like, well, where's Season 1 and 2? Well, I guess I'm not watching that show. That sucks. So please, work with each other here. But anyways, I just want to get on here and give my thoughts on the whole Oshi No Ko and really the HiDive situation. Rip, We knew you well, HiDive. You did some good things, and then you gave us subtitles like Slay Queen and Mansplaining, but you did okay. Good job. We knew you well. Until next time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button down below. If you like this content and you want to support channel more, become a member of the channel. Until next time, y'all take care.